Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Nicole here, and if you're new to my channel, what's up? Make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss any videos from me. And if you already subscribed to my channel, welcome back. Good to see you. What's up? Today I am going to be sharing with you all of the tips you need to know for successfully, exclusively breast pumping, or if you breast pump and breastfeed your baby, these tips will definitely come in handy for you. If you are new to my channel and you don't know, I do have a little baby girl who just turned 8 months, and I have been exclusively breast pumping since she was born. I have been very successful to where I do not have to use any formula to supplement, and I've had a big overflow of milk and a big stockpile of breast milk for her. I actually went on vacation for 8 days, and I was able to leave her with enough milk, enough freezer milk for the entire week. And while I was on vacation, I basically just pumped it up. But however, you're here to know about the tips for successfully breast pumping. So I'm going to give you all of my tips that I do on a regular daily basis that I really think has attributed to my success for breastfeeding my baby. And I am going to do it until I can't pump anymore. Right now I have a good system going, a good schedule, so I'll probably continue to pump at least until baby girl is 12 months. But if you're interested in hearing about these tips, make sure you stick around for this video. I know this may seem really simple and small, but the best thing I found to do to stay organized and to stay sane when exclusively breast pumping is having a designated basket or caddy for your parts, for your bottles, and for the little Medela bottles or whatever containers you use to pump your milk into. So I started doing this right away. I just picked up this random basket one day from the store. It probably was only like $1. I can't even remember how much it cost, but that's not important. What's important is that you want to get a designated basket. So what I do is I just line the basket with a paper towel, and I always put my pump parts in here so that when I'm able to pump or when I have a moment to pump, everything's ready to go in this basket. I don't have to go around looking for this part. Is this part in the sterilizer? Is it in the sink? Is it in the bag? I know my parts are always here. When they are not being cleaned, they go in a basket, and you can just grab your basket and go. So what I usually keep in my little basket is a little bottle in case, if I'm pumping and baby ends up wanting a bottle right away, I can just put the fresh milk into a bottle. So I usually keep one bottle in the basket at all times. I also keep 2 or 3 Medela bottles in which I pump my milk into. So whatever breast pump you use, obviously whatever containers that come with your best part, obviously you would use those. So I keep at least 2 or 3 of these in the basket, and then I keep my pump parts so that they're ready to go whenever I am ready to pump. So definitely keep yourself organized by getting a designated caddy or designated basket to stay sane, because ladies, we get very busy with baby, and sometimes you may pump in your bedroom, you may pump in the living room. You never know where in the house you're going to pump. So if the time comes where you have the opportunity to pump, you can just grab your basket and all of your items are already ready, available, and you're ready to go. Also, I noticed that has been very helpful for me is anytime I travel with my breast pump, and sometimes you never know what events or what you're getting yourself into, how the day is going to turn out. So it's good to bring your regular outlet cord for your breast pump. But I think it's also a really good tip to travel with the battery pack. There have been several times where I haven't been able to pump when I want to, or I've been in the car for a long period of time, or I did a lot of traveling. And sometimes, what if you're in a situation where you don't have access to an outlet and you can't plug in your regular adapter cord for your pump? Well, keep a battery pack with you and keep batteries in it, because this is going to be a lifesaver. And honestly, you will have the same amount of force and power coming from this battery pack as you would if you used your cord as you normally do. So I do notice that when I do have to use the backup battery for my breast pump, I'm still able to express the same amount of milk. I'm still able to get the same function and the same power. So definitely want to travel with the battery pack. If you don't know, if you do have this Medela Advanced Pump and Style, this is the pump that I do use. All you have to do is just simply plug your cord in. You have your batteries always in there available. You just turn it on, and there you go. Your pump is functioning and working perfectly for you. So always keep your battery pack in your pump bag. Speaking of pump bag, that was actually one of the other tips I wanted to give. Definitely make sure that you keep yourself organized and sane by either selecting a designated bag to keep all of your pump parts in all the time, or purchase you an actual pump bag. I would suggest going on Amazon, purchasing an actual breast pump bag, because they are kind of built to keep your breast pump and your items organized for you. But however, obviously you can use any bag if you like. Just make sure you have a bag that's designated for pumping. You never know when something might come up. You don't want to have a bag that you use back and forth for this, using it for that. Have a designated bag, that way you always know your pump parts in there, everything's in there. Another helpful tip is make sure when you are pumping, you're pumping for at least 20 minutes. Now, I know online some people say you only need to pump for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I definitely recommend pumping for at least 20 to 25 minutes, because guess what? You want to make sure you get out all of your milk. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to pump the full duration of 20 or 25 minutes, you want to do it, because guess what? Things happen. You may get busy. You may have to go a little bit longer for your next pump, but you can do that and you'll be okay, and you'll be less aggravated and less engorged and in less pain if you take the additional time at the previous pump and pump a little bit longer. That way you can get as much milk expelled out as you possibly can. That has been very helpful to me. I know that sometimes these bottles can be pretty pricey. However, my recommendation is definitely invest in extra pump bottles, because you never know if you're in a rush, you're busy, things are going on. You don't want to run out of bottles. Sometimes you may not get a chance or get an opportunity to transfer the milk over to bottles, or transfer the milk that you've pumped into breast milk bags. So you definitely want to have extra of these. And also, you may not get the opportunity to clean the containers. And if you don't have clean containers and you need to pump, then you're going to be in a rush, in a hurry, trying to figure out what to do with your milk and clean bottles. So definitely have an excess of pump containers. Go ahead and spend the money up front. It will be worth the peace of mind for you in the long run. As you can see, I do have a little guest. This is my 8-month baby girl who is exclusively breastfed with breast milk. So she just woke up from a little nap, so she will be joining me for my video. So I actually utilized this educational service when I used to live in Pittsburgh. It was a breastfeeding educational facility. And one of the lactation consultants mentioned to me one time that, you know, the breast milk stored at room temperature, fresh express breast milk stored at room temperature, is good for up to 6 to 8 hours. So she actually recommended that my last pump at night, just leave it on the bedside. That way I don't have to get up and heat a bottle up. So definitely a great tip is to always make sure you pump right before bed, and you keep your breast milk at the bedside at your bedside table, and you can definitely use that throughout the night to feed baby, especially if baby's going to wake up in a couple of hours. The milk is still going to be good. Instead of having to worry about going to the refrigerator and heating up milk, you can definitely just use that fresh milk to feed baby. And also, I do have this card here. I don't know if you can see it, but I keep this magnet on the refrigerator. I got this from the Breastfeeding Educational Center in Pittsburgh. When I used to live there, I actually delivered and had my baby at the hospital in Pittsburgh. And it gives you a little bit of information about breast milk if you don't already know. at room temperature between 60 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The optimal storage for breast milk is 3 to 4 hours. 6 to 8 hours is acceptable. Refrigeration time, 4 degrees Celsius. Optimal time is 2 days. However, 5 to 8 days is acceptable. And for freezer temperature, 0 degrees Fahrenheit. 6 months is optimal. However, 12 months is acceptable. So I've definitely fed my baby girl breast milk for up to 8 hours. That was at room temp. When my milk really started to come in and my supply really built up, I would get really full, painful breasts, and at nighttime I'm used to sleeping without a bra. This is one of the best tips that I could give you, ladies. Wear a bra 24/7. If you wear a bra at night, you will be more comfortable, and when your milk comes in and you're full, it will be more contained. These are the bras that I definitely recommend to wear while you are breastfeeding or pumping. The padded bras tend to not keep your breasts contained. These bras keep your breasts contained and they have stretch rooms. So you definitely want to invest in some of these non-padded lace bras. I do have quite a few of these. I actually don't even wear padded bras anymore. And if you need to, if you worry about leakage, you can use breast pads for your nipples if you tend to leak. You want to make sure that you are pumping right before bed at nighttime. If you pump 2 to 3 hours or a few hours before you fall asleep, your body's going to end up waking you up in the middle of the night to pump. So it's best to pump right before you go to bed at night. That way you can at least get a few hours of sleep, 3 to 4 hours, however often you pump, and you don't have to wake up so soon once you sleep. Once your milk supply comes in, like myself, in the beginning I would wake up in the middle of the night. I would make sure I pump every 2 to 3 hours. Now that my milk supply is in, I do not pump in the middle of the night anymore. I can go a straight 7 to 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours of sleep without getting up to pump. I do not recommend this until your supply has fully come in and regulated. However, the best thing I can do for myself is make sure I pump right before bed. I'd rather do that than to wake up in the middle of the night and have to pump. There have been a few times where I've pumped at about 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., and then I end up going to bed at about 10:30. Well, guess what? I was back up at 2 a.m. pumping. So definitely want to make sure you're getting your pump in right before bed, and then you make sure you pump as soon as you wake up in the morning. First thing you do is pump. That way you won't be in so much pain, you won't be engorged. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. These are all the tips that I use on a daily basis. These are authentic. They come straight from me. I really wanted to do this video and get this video out there because I do post a lot on Instagram when I'm pumping at work and when I'm pumping at home. And I get a lot of questions, and I've gotten a lot of requests to do a video explaining some of the tips and things that I do to continue to have a successful breast pumping experience. As you can see, baby girl is very healthy. She just had a bottle. I pumped this a couple of hours ago, and she just drank about 3 ounces. She's very healthy. She loves her breast milk. And ladies, continue to keep up the good work. I encourage you to continue to pump as long as you can for your baby. If you can't pump, then don't worry, don't feel bad. This video is not meant to make anybody feel bad because they use formula. I was formula fed, and I know several women that formula feed babies. This is just something that I wanted to do personally, and I was able to produce milk, so I just wanted to keep producing milk for my baby girl. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Nicole the Scientist. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos from me. Little buddy joined me. I do not have a little babysitter here to keep baby girl while I do my YouTube videos, so sometimes she will pop up in some of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.